Oops. Now yeah, you'll probably put that in there. Hi, I'm David Ewing, and this is my mAll Talk. I'm one of those rare unicorns. I was born in Nashville. My family has been here for 9 generations. I love the city, and I love the mall at Green Hills. I have an older brother who's actually taller than me. He's almost 7 feet tall. I'm the short one at 6'5". Let's see. One of the biggest changing moments happened 60 years ago this year, that Nashville became a metropolitan city. The government and the city merged, and before that, Green Hills was not part of the city of Nashville. It was part of Davidson County. In fact, if you lived in Green Hills, you had septic tanks. And when we merged the city and the county, Green Hills got city services, water and sewage, electric streetlights, sidewalks, and that really helped Green Hills grow, and more people want to move there. I've had many jobs in Nashville, but all of them involve storytelling and selling Nashville as a city. I used to work for the Chamber of Commerce. I used to work for Ryman Hospitality that owned the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium. And for the last 8 years, I've been a historian and tour guide, and I tell the story of Nashville every day to locals and out-of-town guests who want to know about our secret sauce and our magic. I learned a lot from my family, my mother, my grandparents, because they grew up in a segregated South. And they always told myself and my brother to work hard, get a good education, but then give back. And those are the lessons that hopefully we as a community still learn today, that if you've been given something, make sure that you pay it forward to someone else that doesn't have the resources so they can be in the same position you have the opportunity for because of decades and generations of great leaders. In 1920, the state of Tennessee gave 27 million women the right to vote because of a local Nashvillian by the name of Ann Dallas Dudley helped organize this great movement. Everyone wants to visit Nashville, and everyone wants to learn the stories of Nashville, and those are the stories I tell. I tell the stories of John Lewis and the civil rights movement from the 60s as when he was a student here at Fisk University. He was one of my mother's classmates. So growing up, I always heard more stories about John Lewis than Dr. Martin Luther King, and more stories about Diane Nash than Rosa Parks. But these people made the city of what it is today and opened up not only lunch counters, but opened up minds and hearts, and we stand on their foundation today. I love Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's, it's a big deal that we have a Nordstrom's, and the fact that Nordstrom's decided to come to the mall at Green Hills says a lot about this great institution. There's not that many Nordstrom's in the Southeast, and so we're very lucky to have one. And Nordstrom's is a great store because of its customer service, its unbelievable items that you can find here and find no other places in Nashville. And just that when you walk into Nordstrom's, you always feel like you're gonna come out with something great. I'm super passionate about telling the lost stories of Nashville, talking to older people and documenting their stories before they're not around anymore, particularly women and African Americans. Those stories did not get documented. And also honoring them appropriately with things named after them. I helped rename and suggest to the Metro Council that they rename Capitol Boulevard and Dallas Dudley Boulevard. I discovered that a park in East Nashville called Douglas Park was originally named for Frederick Douglass in the 30s and encouraged the Metro Parks to put the full name of Frederick Douglass back on there. I have a long history to-do list, and there's many things on there that I want to honor and accomplish while telling the great stories. The future of Nashville is very bright. There's probably not a city in America our size that would not want to trade places with us right now. And the reason our future is great is because of leaders that grew up here, that moved here, that saw a vision of what Nashville should be. Yes, we have our issues and our growing pains, but right now, Nashville is poised to continue this acceleration and this great growth, and also with more amenities. Growing up here in Nashville, we didn't have certain things. I remember you couldn't get the New York Times here. there were certain kind of food and restaurants that we would never have here. And people would complain that we don't have this as New York does, or we don't have this as Dallas. But people don't really say that anymore. And people from the West Coast and East Coast can now happily move to Nashville because they have all the amenities that they would ever want. Number one, get involved in the community. Serve on not-for-profit boards and make sure that you get to know your new town. Just don't live here, be a part of Nashville. And that's what I would say to anyone, that just don't live here, just don't work here. Be a part of our community, our DNA, and what makes us great. The reason that we're great today is because generations of Nashvillians have made this a greater city. They've created museums, they've created institutions for children, for people that did not have as many resources, and included everyone. When you move here, don't wait, immediately get involved. And my mother's classmate, John Lewis at Fisk, he came here and he immediately got involved. He saw things that he didn't like in Nashville, and even as a young college student, he was about to kind of stand up and change not only Nashville history, but American history.